Hey guys, again, welcome to Chemistry with Mr. Nelson. Molar mass. We're going from mass to moles. This is practice number 3. So again, we're going to go ahead and read the problem. The problem says how many moles are in 2.3 grams of phosphorus. Now again, if we did mole to mass, we do the same type of thing. It's just all these molar mass type equations are all the same. We're just converting from one to another, just like we did in the dimensional analysis section, which this is dimensional analysis. So once we read this question, as always when we do a problem, is how many significant figures does their answer need to be in? Well, I have two numbers right here in this 2.3 grams, so we need to be in two sig figs. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Again, I like to make sure that that is in a different color, nice and bright so we can see it. Sometimes we could even, highlight it. We know that we need two significant figures. So we're going to come down here to our problem, and we're going to always start off with the number that we have in the equation. In this case, we have 2.3 grams. So we're going to start right there with 2.3 grams of phosphorus. Now, if you don't know what the symbol for phosphorus, you need to look. But either way, we're going to need to know the atomic weight of phosphorus too. So we're going to look at the same time back at our packet. So we're going to pull our packet up and we're going to see phosphorus. It's not potassium. Phosphorus is right there. So P in 1 mole of phosphorus weighs 31 grams. Again, that's the atomic weight for us. But since I only need one, the only thing is, do we have to make sure that it's diatomic? And it's not diatomic. If it was diatomic, we would double up the weight because you're not going to get it in just one element by itself. So let's go ahead and go back. And so now we're just going to put our P in there. And then we're going to put our multiplication sign in our line. Okay. Now I'd like to, on the bottom, again, we're going to put our number that we just got. So we looked at that, and do you remember what it was? 31 grams of phosphorus. Let's go back and double check. Again, it never hurts to double check. 31 grams. Okay, so that was good. It never hurts to double check. And that's for how many moles of phosphorus? Well, it is for 1 mole of phosphorus. Now again, what can we get rid of? And that's the big thing. Well, I have grams of phosphorus up here, so I can get rid of grams of phosphorus down there. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to strike through that and get rid of it. Because again, if we do not get rid of it, it needs to be in our answer. And if it's in our answer, it's going to be wrong. So, and we have to cancel out everything. So again, don't just bypass that step and just say, oh, I'm going to, no, you have to show how to do it. Everything that we're going to do pretty much here is going to be virtual. If it's not virtual, you just cross it out with your pencil or ink pen or whatever you're using. But here, we're going to cross it out that way. Now all I have to do is go ahead and put what it equals and then do the math. So again, we multiply this number, we start with this number and multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. If either one of those is 1, we don't have to do it. So let's pull up our calculator and we're going to put 2.3 and we're going to multiply by 1 and then divide by 31. Now again, I like to do that only because I like to be consistent. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. So our answer is this right here. So if I go ahead and put that number in here, and we're going to put 0.07419. 0.07419. I don't need to go any further than that because I only need two significant figures. The question is, are these two right here significant? There is a decimal. Some people like to say, well, this one's not because it's been in front of the decimal. This one's after the decimal. But no, neither one of these are significant. They're preceding the number, so they're not significant. So I'm going to go right there with my line, and I'm going to look at that and say, okay, the 1 here tells us in the rounding rules that we drop that off. So we're going to go ahead and drop those two off. There's our answer. That's going to be grams of phosphorus. And so we are done. We have converted it. We did all of our crossing out. Make sure we did that. The only symbol we have less is moles of that. So we're going to have, and one thing I didn't put in there, and that's going to be moles. So we have not grams, but moles. Okay, see, that's good. We double checked it, looked at it, and said, oh, grams are gone, so it's not grams, it's moles. Last thing, highlight it. Okay, with a different color. There we have our answer. Okay, 0.074 moles of phosphorus. As always, go Mohawks. Nelson out.